week ago on Sunday, we had 49 souls perish because of an individual who wanted to commit terror, who intentionally commit terror. I'll take you back to the day before. If on Saturday we knew, any of us, that this individual if we had reasonable suspicion that this individual was going to commit that act the next day, who among us would stand up in front of the people of Orlando and these victims' families and say, oh gosh, I'm not sure that, or I don't think we should deny this individual the right to own a gun because there might be a few database errors in the system that would designate him as such. If there was reasonable suspicion that this individual would commit the murderous act, the terrorist act that he committed, I really hope that every single one of us would say that person should be denied the right to own a gun. And if we haven't, then you guys need to go have a conversation with yourself and your conscience. Now, I rise in support of the gentlelady from New York's Common Sense Amendment to keep dangerous weapons of war out of the hands of terrorists. Florida is still reeling from the carnage, from this rampage that occurred in Orlando. Families and communities across the nation are mourning the loss of their loved ones and demanding that we take action on gun violence now. And the ugly truth is that the time for this body to take action was long ago. It shouldn't be a surprise to any of us, I guess, on this side of the aisle that we didn't take action after 26 six-year-olds were gunned down in Newtown. So why would we think that 49 gay people would make a difference to you? It is unconscionable that the majority would not want to do everything we can to prevent people who have links to terrorism from purchasing firearms. We have an amendment today that would allow our law enforcement officials to use the proper tools that they need to keep us safe. Under the Ranking Member's Amendment, the Attorney General would have the authority to check the Terrorist Identities Data Mart environment, which is our federal government's central resource for identifying individuals known or suspected to have ties to terrorism. No one is suggesting that anyone be arrested or lose their personal freedom or their liberty. With all due respect to my good friend from Texas, this would simply prevent people who are under suspicion of terrorism from having a gun. Mr. Chairman, I would ask your indulgence to have an additional minute.
Without objection.
Thank you. If the majority would act, we would not have lost people like Jean Carlos Mendez Perez and Louis Daniel Wilson Leon, a couple that was killed in Orlando. They were Americans seeking a better future. They both came to Florida and worked at Perfumania stores in the Orlando area. They met through work after Jean Carlos sold a fragrance to Louis Daniel, and they were together for 8 years. Jean Carlos worked at the Orlando Vineland Premium Outlets, the busiest Perfumania in the entire corporation. His customers and coworkers knew him for the kindness and care he brought to his work every single day. Louis Daniel managed a nearby Perfumania in Orlando, and he too was known for his kindness. He helped his friends manage the difficult process of coming out. Jean Carlos and Louis Daniel both made the world around them a better place, and tragically, they both lost their lives 10 days ago. They may not have, if the gunman was not able to have a gun because he was under reasonable suspicion of being a terrorist. These were just 2 of the 49 victims, 49 people who went out on a Saturday night to enjoy themselves, to dance and to sing, to live their lives fully in what was supposed to be a safe sanctuary. And this committee has an opportunity to right that wrong. I yield back. I'd be happy to yield.
Thank you. I just wanted, once again, I wanted to just clear the record here. The shooter in Orlando was not on the terror screening database.
I clearly understand.